What's up, everybody? Tim number 37 here again. We are at Lucky 13 Saloon in Park Slope, Brooklyn, New York City. Thanks for tuning in once again for Tim number 37 presents Hate the Hate, the official YouTube channel. Hate the Hate is an awareness concert to raise awareness against hate crimes, bullying, and discrimination. Right now, I am sitting with living legend himself, Mr. Acey Slade. You know him from everything from Dope to the Murder Dolls to his new project, Acey Slade and the Dark Party. Welcome, Acey, and thank you for joining.
Hello, Tim. Thanks for having me.
So, Acey, right now, other than what I just said, tell us a little about yourself, what you're about, and what you do.
Well, I don't know. I do a lot of different things. I play an Acey Slade in the Dark Party, and I also get hired for other musical endeavors. And yeah, and we're really happy to be a part of the Hate thing. And I also I do hair, so I'm going to donate a haircut for raffle for whomever the lucky or unlucky, depending on whether you like my services or not, winner is.
Wow. So now at Hate the Hate, you can buy a raffle ticket to have a home-cooked meal cooked by celebrity chef Chris Santos from the Food Network, or you can bid on a raffle to get a haircut by Acey Slade. That's pretty badass, if I must say so myself. If I had a little more hair, I would buy a raffle ticket myself, but there's not much you can do with this. But, Acey, let me ask you, what made you decide to take part in Hate the Hate, and what are your views on discrimination, hate crimes, and bullying in general?
Well, I think that as a humanitarian, I'm not calling myself a humanitarian, but I think that human beings in general we all have rights, and we have rights to look how we want, act how we want, have any type of orientation that we want. And, you know, this is something that's standing up for that. You know, it also kind of goes hand in hand with the organization that I work a lot with, which is called To Write Love on Her Arms, which is anti-suicide and anti-mutilation, and deals basically with depression in teenagers. And I think that kind of goes hand in hand a lot, especially with the Trevor Foundation. Yes. So to me, it's like when you're asked to participate in something like this, if you have any sort of humanity in you at all, you have the responsibility to say yes.
Let me ask you something. In your life, especially as a touring musician and someone who looks, quote-unquote, different from what society expects, have you ever yourself been experienced any sort of discrimination or anything like that?
You know, I could say that I have, but I think that would kind of be unfair and kind of bullshit to people who get that because of their gender or race or religion. Because the fact is that I'm a white guy. I'm a raised Christian white guy. I'm not a minority. I'm straight. I don't know what that's like. You know, so being picked on for how I look, you know, I could cut my hair and go to Old Navy and I could slip right into the mainstream. So I don't think it would be fair for me to say that. Do people call me names or stuff like that? Yeah. Have I gotten beat up? Yeah, of course.
That all comes down with the bullying, though, in every aspect.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, yeah, I've gotten bullied, but, you know, I always feel weird when people say, you know, do you feel discriminated against because of the way you look? I have a choice to look this way. People with their orientation, gender, or race, they don't have a choice. So I don't always feel like that's a fair thing to say. Understandable,
and I respect that answer 110%, but also a lot of people don't realize as well in that aspect is it's still a form of self-expression. So in that aspect, it's still not fair to bully other people for the way they choose to dress. Because that's the way, or the way they choose to look, because that's the way that they decide that's right for them. So it all comes down to the same thing in the long run. But thank you for saying that you have been beat up and everything, because people need to know that it happens to everybody. No matter who you are, what status you have, anything of the like, it's going to happen. And that's why I've decided to start this organization and this event, because that needs to stop. So let me ask you about Acey Slade and the Dark Party. You have one official album released, correct? And tell us a little bit about the album and where people can find it and where they can find you online.
Well, they can find us on iTunes, and they can also find us on MySpace, you know, Acey Slade Music, MySpace. The idea behind the band, really, and I think that it goes along, another reason why it was important for me to do this show is that, you know, I wanted to create, I think that even within music and even within, you know, the hard rock world, there can be like a lot of cliques and and genre, like segregation almost. And for me, I want my music and I want my band to speak to everyone. I want it to be a place where anyone can feel safe coming to our show. So while it doesn't even have to do with race or gender or anything like that, I want everyone to feel like they can come to one of our shows and feel like there's something that they can walk away with and feel accepted.
What can everyone expect from the show, from your performance at Hate the Hate with Acey Slade and the Dark Party? What do you have in store for them? What can they expect?
Actually, if all goes well, which it probably won't, but if all goes well, no, I mean on our end. You're a whole nother hot mess there, buddy. Now, if all goes well, we're going to be playing bare minimum of 3 new songs that we've never played before. So we're kind of looking at the show as a way to break out a lot of new stuff. Part of the thing when I decided to go solo, so to speak, was that I wanted each record, each chapter, you can't even call it a record anymore, each chapter of the band to be different. So now we're starting to record the second record, and it sounds a lot different from the first. So, and it is a slightly heavier, more aggressive thing. I always hate it when bands say, "Oh, this is the heaviest record we've ever done," because to me that equates like, "Oh, well, if it's heavier, it must be better." So I don't believe in that, and quite frankly, I don't think I'll ever write anything heavier than "Die Motherfucker Die." So
wow, that's true.
Yeah, so
that's pretty heavy too.
So so it's just it's a little more aggressive, a little more oomph to it, and we're gonna showcase all that stuff at the Hate the Hate show.
Awesome. I'm even more thoroughly excited than I was before. Do you have any last words for anyone out there watching about any of the topics that we touched on?
Just listen to what Joe Strummer says. You have a right, and everybody has a right to be themselves, and no one should be made to feel less than anyone else. So hopefully come out to the show, and it all goes to a good cause.
And once again, please say the name of the organization that you mentioned before.
Oh, yeah, To Write Love on Her Arms. It's I believe the address is either ToWriteLoveOnHerArms.org, or it might be TW. I don't know. Whatever the acronym for To Write Love on Her Arms is.
In other words, Google To Write Love on Her Arms and support that cause as well, because I'll definitely be putting that link up on the official Hate the Hate website when that's ready to be released later on this year. Acey, I'm thoroughly excited to have you on board with this event, and I'm excited to see you play once again. And don't forget, raffle, get a haircut by Mr. Acey Slade himself. Thank you so much for doing this and being a part of it. Thank you very much. And all of you, Saturday, February 26th, Tammany Hall on Orchard Street between Rivington and Stanton. 6 p.m. or doors. I'll see you there for Hate the Hate. Thank you and rock on.